Alright. Hello everyone and welcome to my camp. Now it's time for a Norwegian lesson and we are going to talk about a couple of things, specifically how to use these two things. A lot of my students are struggling with these two specifically because they're not exactly sure when to use both of them. So you have and HVIS. I get this a lot, so I thought it would be time to clarify. So when to use pretty much both. So the first thing to remember is that both of these are used for lead setting specifically. This is the joint sentence structure, the SSAV sentence structure that you get triggered every time, which goes to, you have one of these and you got a subject, adverb and verb. So both of these two, they trigger the same structure. But like when it comes to translating, picking out which one to use when, this can get a little bit tricky. So the first one, right, this one is used to explain, to tell the other person that is uncertainty. A lot of you have probably seen it with a combination of, let's see here, right, you have jeg vet ikke right, this one specifically. Jeg vet ikke han skal dra dit, this is uncertainty, you hear that, right? And han spør vi skal dra dit. Jeg vet ikke han klar. Here, this is uncertainty used for indirect speech. Now, however, the other one, this one, let's see here, this focuses on conditionals. This is a very, very good tool, and I hear a lot of time people say, for example, jeg vet ikke hvis han der. This is technically wrong, because this is condition. So if you have, for example, the sentence, han spør hvis han hjemme. This meaning, like han spør, he asks if he's home. It is here combined that if he is home, I will then ask him, how's the weather? In that instance, right? So it's very much tied to the conditions. I like to say to my students, right, hvis de ikke betaler, går gisselsituasjonen dårlig, right? Just in conditional. That's where it lies in. Just get a sense of that, like if this happens, then that happens. Hvis det regner, skal jeg kanskje se på det. If it rains, I will do this. Conditional upon something, right? That's when that is used specifically. So that's much easier to zone in on than, let's say you have, for example, the right? When to use it. So here it's a little finesse. A lot of people learn it in the beginning when it comes to the indirect question means of things. Jeg vet ikke de skal være der. Han lurer på So a lot of the times you can tie this thing to the sentences. Jeg vet ikke See, that's usually tied together with that. I don't know whether. In English, this translates to whether. I don't know whether he will be there or not. Uncertainty. This goes directly into if for your English translation about it. But yes, the uncertainty level here is it's a little tricky to kind of grasp in the beginning. That's why I always recommend to my students to tie this one, tie it more into the questions, the verbs, as a matter of fact. Just put them into that. So every time you spør, asking, right, you have han spør de skal dra dit, right? Or you have han spør hun skal komme på norskkurset I morgen. It's a way to get the questions over to not indirect questions specifically tied to these. So it's a little tricky, but once you zone into them, the function of it, go really into the function. And of course, both of them trigger the structure of lead setting, which, well, you have that on top of it as well. But the beautiful thing about lead setting, the joint sentence part in Norwegian, is that you have the same structure every single time. So it gets easier, right? Gets a little easier on that way. So, back to this one, conditional, right? Hvis det fint, skal de dra dit. Hvis du liker denne videoen, kan du gjerne trykke like også, og subscribe, abonner på kanalen. Right, see? Conditional, right there! Hvis det går! Hvis du liker filmen! Yes, right. Gjerne si, kommenter under. See, I'm using it. Or, I can go back, there's more examples. The more examples, the better. Or, let's see here. Oh, jeg vet ikke om jeg skal lage mange filmer her fra denne skyttergropa. Right? It's pretty fun. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this video here, and I hope you learned a little bit. Hopefully, yes. And my name is Brynjar Amundsen, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.